after she got in trouble with her aunt because some boys was in the house, I looked through her phone and I found a picture of her, you know, in a tub with another guy, and they were both naked. So I've talked to her, I've asked the questions. Well, it's like I am looking for a therapist, but the last therapist, she was an African doctor or therapist, whatever, and all she kept telling me was, "Y'all need Jesus." You know.
Well, that was unethical. That was unethical. That you should have reported her. No therapist is supposed to push their religion on you.
I actually went on Facebook, and once I start speaking again, I get thrown in a mental facility, or if I'm. Like
you got thrown in a mental facility for being on Facebook.
Yes, the police came to my house and told me to stay off Facebook.
Okay. When are you coming back to DC? Working on it. I have a daughter from Mississippi. I spoke to her about everything in the book. Tonight I found out she's sneaking boys over. I went through her phone to find out there's a picture with her and a boy in the tub together. She's only 14. Where we're from, there's no activity, so as a parent, I do my best to keep them active. I'm looking for the best advice for discipline. I really do need answers for my daughter. I'll put her in communicate and had her talk to a counselor. Okay.
Hello.
Good morning, Sister Kai. How's Mississippi treating you?
Oh, it's pretty good. I'm surviving.
Okay, I just read your message to me about your daughter. Where is her biological father?
He's here in the same town with us.
Okay, how often does she spend time with her father?
Not often.
She needs her daddy. All this is thirsty behavior because she's looking for validation from a man, which should be her father. Remember, promiscuity in our girls is really about emotional and psychological validation. It's not about sex. It leads to sex, but it's not about sex. She needs to be validated. Her self-esteem is not where it should be. All of this is daddy issues. Her being in a tub with the boys, sneaking boys over. That's daddy issues. She may not even realize it.
I have put her in community care for that because she tried to commit suicide, and she had a lot of suicide thoughts.
Okay, the suicide. So that's even bigger stuff, which helps explain the risky behavior. Why do you think she's trying to commit suicide? Where's the hopelessness coming from? What's going on at home that has her wanting to commit suicide?
Well, she said it was because of her dad. But hold on.
There you go. Go ahead.
I was also placed in and out of mental hospitals and stuff because of suicide. So I didn't know. Okay, I know about her dad, but I didn't know. Some say it's hereditary. It was because of me, because my mom was suicidal. I was suicidal, and now my daughter is like that. And I try to break the cycles or whatever, break the chains, but it's like nothing is really helping.
But going back to the dad, what can we do for him to start spending more time with his daughter? Is he aware of the suicides?
He is aware.
Is he a responsible guy? Like what?
He was doing a certain type of drug, and I don't want him alone with her too much, you know. But I do allow him to come, you know, take her to get something to eat or try to, whatever time he try to spend with her, I do allow it. I just pay close attention because sometimes he's not himself. Okay,
she needs time with him. This thirsty behavior doesn't stop. Like you said, she said it was because of that. She wants her father's love. She wants her father's love. And if she don't get it, God forbid, she's willing to hurt herself, you know, for not getting it. So this is all about him. So whether he's on drugs or not, you know, of course she can't be around him when he's on the drug, you know, but if he's a functional addict and he can spend time with his daughter, that needs to happen. You're not going to solve this by yourself because children have a natural need, you know, to spend time with both parents. Has there been any sexual molestation?
No. I spoke with. I literally just picked her up. It's at 2 a.m. It's 7 here, and from her aunts in another town, an hour away. And after she got in trouble with her aunt because some boys was in the house, I looked through her phone and I found a picture of her, you know, in a tub with another guy, and they were both naked. So I've talked to her. I've asked the questions. I wanted honesty, and I want her to be truthful with me and not lie. But it's like the more I talk, nothing helps. I don't want to beat my child.
No. This ain't got nothing to do with beating her, and this ain't got nothing to do with you questioning her, because you already know what the problem is. It's no need to question her. We know what the problem is. She doesn't feel loved by either parent, I believe. She's engaging in risky behavior. She's willing to harm herself because her life feels hopeless because she doesn't feel that either parent is investing in her. That's what this is. So we don't have to, go ahead. We don't have to interview her. We know what's going on. The question is, what are we going to do about it?
I've tried. I've talked to a community care counselor.
How many other does she have a therapist now? And I'm not blaming you, Queen. I'm not. Does she have a therapist now?
Yes, she does.
How often does she see the therapist?
In school, they pull out of class. And
No. Not no school. That ain't real therapy. Outside of school. School counseling is not real therapy. That's outside of school, who does she have? She needs a therapist outside of school, private.
Okay. The people from community care outside of school, they come to the school also. So actually, it's 3 times a week.
You're talking about the behavioral. She gets wraparound services, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't think that all they care about is money. Yeah, she needs another therapist. You need to find her someone else. How long she been with that community care therapist?
It's going on 1.5 years.
1.5 years, and she still got her problems. You know what that means? They're useless. So you need to tell them you need another therapist. But what you really need to do is Google black psychologists, black therapists, black social workers, black counselors in your area. Call them up. Ask them if they take your insurance. If they don't, how much will they charge out of pocket? Most counselors, therapists, psychologists, clinical social workers, they have a sliding scale. So, you know, they'll work with you. But you need to find her somebody privately. That therapist that comes to your house, she probably got 20 other clients. It's all about money. They're not and you got to get a new one anyway. So with the community care, you need to call them and say, we need a new therapist. This one been with my daughter for 1.5 years. I'm not seeing no benefit. We should have been dropped them after 6 months when we didn't see any benefit. Remember, with therapy, it's all about goodness of fit. It's not just my daughter got a therapist. No. Is the therapist working with you? Is your daughter benefiting from the therapist? If the child isn't benefiting, you got to switch them out. And it's time for you to switch that one out. But what I'm saying to you, them behavioral health companies, because I used to work for them, they care enough. They all about money, you know, so, and they be taking on a lot of cases. It's about money. So what you need to do is, in addition to changing her therapist with community care, you need to find you a psychologist, a counselor, a social worker, or a therapist on your own by, you know, getting on the internet and seeing, you know, what they would charge to come and talk with your daughter once a week or once every other week.
Like, I have done that. That's what I was trying to say. I have done it.
So where's the outside therapist?
I took her to Oxford, Mississippi, and just like what Ole Miss said, and I paid cash money, and it's like they just wanted the money. It's like here in...
Then find somebody else. We got to keep going. You can't stop. Your daughter is engaging in suicidal behaviors. You keep going until you get the right person. It's not a one and done. I took her to a therapist. It didn't work. There's 1 million therapists out there. You have to keep going until you find the right one. That's how therapy works, because it's all about the fit. It's all about the relationship. You might got to go through 20 people before you get the right one for your child.
but can I say this?
She needs a man.
Okay.
I think she needs a black male therapist. But go ahead.
She does, and I totally agree. But the thing is, because I've been in community care where they took me in mental hospital, even when I speak out because of what I know, they try to make me feel as if I'm dumb or I shouldn't say certain things. So if I say things or try to get this help for her or include myself, I'm going to a mental hospital. When in actuality, I'm not crazy at all. I know a lot of stuff, but because I've been thrown in there or I get beat by police as a deacon. It's just like I'm kind of scared to reach out, and I don't want to feel like there's fear in me, but I've been through too much, you know.
Then who else in your family can help you find your daughter a therapist? I just want to make sure you realize how dangerous
absolutely
this is. Nobody. You know, black girls. How old is your daughter? 14?
Nobody. Because honestly, it wasn't. I try to get help now. Nobody. I'm the go-to person for everyone in my family. When I say everyone, I mean everyone. I'm the go-to person.
I got you. But for right now, you can't be the go-to person for nobody else but your daughter. You got to shut everybody else out right now. It ain't about them. It's about her. Your daughter is 14, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, you know, black girls 12 to 17 are the fastest growing suicide risk in America since COVID. That's your daughter's group. Your daughter's group, black girls her age, fastest growing suicide risk in this country. We can't play and we don't have time to lose. So, go ahead.
No, but I'm trying. I haven't given up. I'm not going to give up on my child, on my daughter. The thing is once I start telling everybody, no, okay, she's going crazy again, so she's going back to a mental hospital. So therefore, it leaves my mother to try to take custody of my child. But she didn't even take care of me. You know, she's not. My mother isn't my mother. You know, she's that body, but spiritually, that's not my mother, and I know that. And then, you know, she worked with the police to try to take me down. So it's like I want help from the family, but they're not going to help me. You know, and I'm doing it alone, and it's very, very depressed. I'm not going to go back to that dark place I was in, but I'm not going to give up on my child either. So I'm trying really hard. The only option I have is maybe run away, escape Mississippi with my children, and then I don't know.
You may have to. You may have to. You may have to. I just don't know if your daughter has that much time. You know, you know what you may have to do?
What's that?
And that's also, to put her in foster care, that opens up other risk factors as well. Sex trafficking, abuse, they'll likely put her in a group home. But here's my question. Where is she safer at? Because if you have no control over her at all, it may be safer for you to contact child services and say, I'm not able to properly care for my daughter at this time, and she's engaging in high risk behavior, and she needs to be placed in foster care. That may be safer than your home right now, because it sounds like she's doing whatever and you're not able to really provide her with the supervision that she needs. So my question to you is, what would be safer? Her staying with you, doing what she wants, or you putting her in foster care? Because I don't want that girl to end up getting kidnapped into sexual trafficking, because I don't know what I fear more right now. Suicide, sex trafficking, or her ending up with an incurable STD. Those are my three concerns for your daughter. Suicide, sex trafficking, incurable STD. And so, again, my question for you is she safer with you, or do you need to call child services and place her in foster care?
Honestly, in my heart, spirit, no, she's safe with me. Here's where I'm at. The whole plan is to keep me in a lower state of mind so that they can take what's close to me to her more. Now, on the spiritual level, it's like she's being so. Now, let me update. On top of those things you said, the 3 things with her: suicide, kidnap, or STD.
Let me ask you a question. She ain't got no aunts or uncles that have a better living situation who she respects and could go live with?
She does, but again, on my mom's side, I think everybody. On her dad's side, she doesn't know them that well, and they're kids.
It doesn't matter if she know him that well. It don't matter if she know him that well. Is there someone on the father's side who will take her in? Or someone on the mother's side who would take her in? It's not about convenience. It's not about preference. It's about survival.
I promise you, I have reached out that she is on. Same with me. You know, it's like I try to break these chains. You know, I was supposed to be kept quiet. They was paid to keep me quiet because my father was married. So with her, it's no situation where getting paid. They just not have nothing to do with her. I reached out. I even just tried to talk. Even I go to the house. Sometimes I feel like it's my fault because I was considered sick, and I was she was here when they tried to kidnap me. It was here when her and my son I got raped here. So I feel like maybe what I've been has been a problem with her as well.
You need to talk to the relatives, and you need to see if one of them who is responsible enough and willing enough to take her will take her. She needs to get out your house. If she stays in your house, she's going to end up hurting herself, or she's going to end up as a sex trafficking victim. She got to get out your house. So whether that's to a relative or whether that's to foster care, she has to get out your house.
Okay, what is it about my past?
Say that again.
What is it about my past?
It doesn't sound like she likes being there. And it doesn't sound like you have enough control over her behavior. Now, if you want to pick up and move to another city, you could, but her issues are going to go with her. So she'll just be in a new city and she'll still be sexually promiscuous. You're breaking up, Queen. You must have went to an area without good reception. You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. She tells me sometimes I'm a little overprotective or too strict on her because I don't let her go with her friends. But her friends are all talking to guys that are over age. And I try to protect her from things like that. I'm not a strict parent at all. I give her time to breathe. You know, and a lot of things that happen with me, I don't do with her. So it's like, okay, do I be the strict parent? Do I let her have her freedom? It's like no matter what I do.
You get. I think she needs out the house. Y'all have a relationship issue.
Okay.
Her and the father, she's not happy there. She needs to get out the house, or y'all need to go to family therapy. But it don't seem like you too motivated to find another therapist, and we don't have time to lose. Every day is a risk here.
Well, it's like I am looking for a therapist, but the last therapist, she was an African doctor or therapist, whatever, and all she kept telling me was, "Y'all need Jesus."
Well, that was unethical. That was unethical. That you should have reported her. No therapist is supposed to push their religion on you.
I actually went on Facebook, and once I start speaking again, I get thrown in a mental facility, or if I'm feel like they're...
You got thrown in a mental facility for being on Facebook?
Yes, the police came to my house and told me to stay off Facebook.
The police came to your house and told you to stay off Facebook?
Yes, sir, I promise you. Yes. Every time I try to speak up, I got beaten by them. This is what I'm telling you. My children was here. I got the videos on my Facebook Live. It's like they're threatening me. Like, it's basically like a torture ritual or something is crazy going on. I don't want to speak too much because it's a little fear in me because of what could re-happen. So when I speak, I'm in trouble. They use my kids to try to take them away from me to keep me quiet. You get me?
I hear you.
I know.
What's your city? What county are you in Mississippi? What county?
Yellow Bush County, Water Valley, Mississippi.
Yellow Bush.
Yellow Bush, Water Valley, Mississippi.
Water Valley, Mississippi. We got any brothers and sisters near Water Valley, Mississippi, who can help this parent out? Please text Dr. Umar. Any brothers and sisters near Water Valley, Mississippi, who might have some solutions for this dear mother and her daughter, please text me so I can put you in contact with her. She's in Water Valley, Mississippi. What's your closest major city, good sister? Where you by Jackson or Hattiesburg? Where are you?
Oh, Oxford, Mississippi, Ole Miss.
Near Ole Miss. And Ole Miss is in what town?
Oxford.
Oxford, Mississippi. So you're not, how far are you from Oxford, Mississippi?
20 minutes.
20 minutes from Oxford, Mississippi, in Water Valley, Mississippi. Sister says she in Alabama. If anybody wants to help the queen, I'm going to, it's okay for me to text your number to some of these brothers and sisters who say they can help.
That's absolutely fine.
Okay, I'm going to do that, queen. So I'm going to let you go at this time. I want you to keep an eye on the queen. I'm going to wish you well. Stay in touch with me. You have my number, but you should be hearing from some folks today in Mississippi.
Okay, thank you, King.
Okay, queen. Be blessed. All right now. What y'all got to say? Black queens forever. That's right. That's right. Wait. What's the best HBCU? HU. What's the best? HU. What's the best?